Hello paper crafters, I'm Sunny Sky, and today we're creating a quick card with some washi tape, Petals Washi tape, and just some little accents of designer series paper. Here are the cardstock sizes you need for today's card. We're cutting the cardstock the opposite way that we usually do to make a tall card that opens from top to bottom instead of left to right. We're doing a little ripping for today's card. So we're going to rip maybe about an inch from the bottom on one side of the cardstock, rip towards you, and that will create texture on the portion that remains. And going to do the same thing with the designer series paper. And we're going to rip this about 2/3 and 1/3. Okay. And then you just add a little adhesive to the edge of the smaller portion. Let me put that on the grid paper. And now add this on the grid paper. Here we go. And get that all lined up evenly. This is going on the inside of your card just to add some interest on the inside. And I'm going to put that right at the bottom of the card. Now you could use a contrasting designer series paper here. I've used one that very closely matches the color of my cardstock. I am going to add a little bit more color to this by sponging the edge of that torn front layer. And this is some Mossy Meadow ink, and I'm going to just give it a good color definition here just by sponging on that. Okay, we've got these petals, this washi tape that is in petal format, and I'm going to peel several of these off the roll, and we're going to create a flower with them. These are going to be really sticky, but I want my flowers to stick up, so if you just rub them on your pants or something, get a little less sticky on the outside of the petals. And I'm going to go ahead and I've just got a little scrap circle of cardstock here. And I'm just going to use that as kind of a guide so I make sure I'm staying in the center, doing a circular piece here. And I'm just getting some of the sticky off of the edges of the petals before I put them all on my circular. And I'm overlapping the centers. And then your final one, you may want to try and tuck it behind the first petal. If you can lift that one up and kind of tuck it behind. Let me just rip off a bit of the bottom portion of it, and I think that will make it easier to tuck behind there. Okay. And we've got our clear faceted gem that we colored with our alcohol marker in Rich Razzleberry to coordinate. Lift that, and I'll put that right in the center of that flower. We're going to use some Versamark and just any random flower or plant stamp set that you have lying around to create a bit of background. And this is just going to be tone on tone color behind our focal point flower. My original card used a stamp and die set that was in the Celebration catalog, but that's no longer available. So we're making this one a little bit different, and I do have a die here where I cut some greenery, and I'm going to get my two-way glue and just put that on the back of this because I can get it. I like this because you can get it really fine. I don't adhere card layers with this adhesive because if you get too much liquid it bubbles up the cardstock, and we don't want that. But I like it for adding some 3D elements. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that since I've got it out for our flower head that we've got here. And give that a minute to settle in place. And we've got some ribbon. And this ribbon is not the same color as the washi tape flowers that we have, but I like the gold glimmer in this just for a little bit of glitter because we've also got that rhinestone. Tying up your ribbon, sometimes the ribbon gets twisted and a little funky, but if you twist it as you're tying it up, you can find which way. See, if I do it this way, it twists there. But if I just give this a half twist as I'm pulling it together, and I'm going to tie this over on this edge. Since we have the flower off center on the right, I'm going to tie this over on the left. And just in a little knot. And then what I probably need to do is grab a glue dot and just get it stuck down, because this is simply around the edge of the cardstock and it could just fall right off, be pushed down. So use your paper piercing tool. I can't find mine at the moment. It's in my craft room somewhere. Throw a glue dot on there just to keep your ribbon in place. And then when you close it up, you've got that bit of interest at the bottom. And then you could use this for any occasion and put your greeting. Here's the original one. And this one I was using the Celebration set for stems and additional flowers, but I like this one better, but I probably should have put some Razzleberry ribbon on there. I'll have to see what else I can come up with. So anyways, that is the idea for today, and this washi tape is retiring, so get it by the end of May if you want it. Otherwise, you could always substitute this with punched petals and create a similar card. So thanks for joining me, and go have some fun crafting today.